first off, I just want to say thanks to Carolina Panthers, David, Marty, Coach Matt, for just taking this chance and believing in me. I'm excited about this opportunity that I have to continue my career in Carolina. Thankful for the experience that I had in New Orleans. I'm excited right now, but unfortunately, there's some things going on in the world where you have to be smart and be safe, and safety comes first. So I'm down in Miami. Can't wait to meet my new teammates, my new coaching staff, and get acquainted and keep going in Charlotte.
Teddy, this is Nick Carboni from the NBC affiliate here. Just kind of wondering what, with everything going on in the world, what this has been like for you, how it's affected your training, maybe how it affected free agency. How'd you kind of get creative with all that?
The safety comes first, and you want to follow the safety measures and things like that. But for me, I've just been able to train around the house. I have a ton of equipment, squat rack, treadmill, have bands, different things like that. So I'm just staying active in the house, in the garage. I have 3 flights of stairs that I can run up and down. So, I'm just staying active better.
Hey, Teddy, Will Kunkel here Go ahead, Jordan.
Thanks, Will. Hey, Teddy, this is Jordan Rodriguez with The Athletic. Welcome, congratulations. I just was wondering if you could take us a little bit through this process. Obviously, your agent conducting the process, but when you first started kind of becoming aware of all of this and your prior awareness of Carolina and what they're sort of setting up here with the new staff.
I think I put together a solid team with my agent, my advisor, Kennard, McGuire, AD. And they've done a great job this far in my career. Just developing relationships across the league with different teams and organizations. And for Kennard to call me and say, "Man, Carolina, you're on the radar for Carolina." It was a great feeling. Just knowing how hard you work to get back to the point. I'm grateful. I'm eager to get started. And I can't wait to get to the Queen City.
Hey, Teddy, Will Kunkel here with Fox 46 in Charlotte. So obviously you may have heard, but you're replacing a pretty big name here in QB1 with Cam. Has anyone given you advice of, don't try to be him, just be yourself, et cetera, and just kind of your thoughts on following those footsteps?
Yeah, I'm aware of the situation that I'm coming into. And, he is, it's a unique situation. For me, all I have to do is continue to be myself. Last year, I don't want to speak on New Orleans too much, but when I was in New Orleans, I was behind the guy named Drew Brees. And, I knew that when Drew got injured, I had big shoes to fill in. And I just constantly reminded myself to just be you. Be the best version of Teddy that I could be. And by doing so, it allowed me to be, a better teammate, a better football player, and a better person in the community.
Hey, Teddy, Elena Getzenberg, the Charlotte Observer. I was just curious for you, what's your relationship like with Joe Brady, and kind of coming into this, how appealing was that to get to work with him again?
Yeah, my relationship with Joe, it goes back to New Orleans. He was the guy who actually taught me everything when I first got to New Orleans. I had got traded there at the end of the preseason, and the coaches were in grind mode and getting ready to prepare Drew and the team to play the season. So Joe was the guy who worked with me, after practice, in the pre-games. He was the guy who took me through drills. We went over the call sheet together, and he just stayed active with me. And it was great to have a guy like that to show me the ropes of things when I was in New Orleans, and to be connected with him again in Carolina. I'm excited.
Teddy, how valuable? Hey, sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Teddy, it's Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe. What were some of the things that were your big attractions to joining the Carolina Panthers when you were going through this situation?
It was a unique situation when you look at the roster, a ton of playmakers, a lot of guys who bring a ton of energy to the field, a ton of excitement. Then you look at You know, a guy like Joe Brady, who I was able to spend some time with, Coach Matt Rule, played against him when I was in college. So there was some relationship developed prior to making the decision, and I'm just happy that I have the opportunity to play and I had the opportunity to be, part of the Carolina Panthers.
Teddy, David Newton with ESPN.com. What's it going to be like with the offensive weapons you have around you at Carolina?
Can you repeat that?
The weapons you have around you at Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, now Robbie Anderson. What is your envision for what you can do with these guys?
I'm excited to get with those guys. I've heard stories of how hard, Christian McCaffrey works, and I heard how much of a dog DJ Moore is, and Curtis Samuel, and I can go down the list. But to add Robbie to the equation, it's great to be in the seat that I'm in. I used to always talk about being a kid in the candy store. That's what it feels like. We have, those guys who've been productive in this league, and you get the job and the opportunity to give the ball to those guys. That's a great feeling. And I'm excited. I can't wait to continue to learn and grow with those guys.
Hey, Teddy, it's Joe Person. Congratulations. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. And you?
Great. Hey, we had read or heard that the Patriots had shown some interest in you. Just wondering who, in fact, you talked to on what you would consider a serious level, and why Carolina?
This is an opportunity for me to grow, an opportunity for me to compete, and to show that I deserve to play in this league. I always talked about getting back to where I was a couple of years ago. This opportunity presents itself, and I'm excited. I'm going to make the most of it. Focus on being the best teammate that I can be. Just bring a ton of excitement to the city of Charlotte.
Hey, Teddy, this is Bill Voth. You just mentioned getting back to the form you were at a couple of years ago. How confident are you that you can get back to that player you were with the Vikings pre-injury?
I'm extremely confident. I actually feel like I am better than what I was a couple of years ago. I've been able to learn and grow from all the adversity that I've gone through and all the experiences with the different teams and different organizations that I've been a part of. I know how to conduct myself. I'm not a young rookie starting, trying to tell grown men what to do. I understand, what it takes to be a quarterback in this league, and I'm going to apply that to, the rest of my career.
Teddy, Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer, congratulations. For Panthers fans who maybe aren't, super familiar with your game, they've probably seen highlights, but I wonder if you could describe yourself as a quarterback, what you think you do particularly well.
I'm a winner. Everywhere I've gone, I've won, and I take pride in that. That's the reason I'm in the game, to win and become the best version of Teddy that I can be. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't have to talk about I don't have to go into detail about my playing skills or things like that. I'm just going to tell you right now that I'm a winner and plan on continuing to be a winner.
Hey,
Teddy,
go ahead.
Josh Klein. Oh, thanks. Josh Klein from the Riot Report. Congratulations again. Eventually welcome to Carolina. Can you talk a little bit about the mindset coming in as the presumed starter versus last year when you were in New Orleans with Drew Brees? Just when you come in and how you kind of act differently or how you plan to lead this locker room?
For me, I just lead with conviction. I stay within my character. I don't have to be something that I'm not. I don't have to pretend. I just lead by example, which is the way I work, the way I approach each day. And, guys will take notice of that. I don't have to come in and pretend and try to be the best of friends with everyone. Eventually, those relationships will form. But right now, it's about, getting better and developing that chemistry on the field. And the chemistry off the field will follow.
Hey, Teddy, I know you've been through so much, and I think all of us have really enjoyed reading your notes that you write and post on social media, kind of advising others to keep going through adversity and whatnot. I was wondering if you had some time to reflect now, what, as of today, you would go back and tell yourself in the days following that that injury that you suffered in Minnesota, knowing what you know now.
Yeah, knowing what I know now, I would just go back and tell myself, from the moment I was on the ground, screaming in pain, I would just go back and tell myself that, it's a part of the race. Life is a race, and we all have to run our own race. And within that race, we have to focus on what's in our lane. And for me, at the time, I had stumbled in my lane, but I knew it wasn't the end. It was a race that I had to finish, and I'm not saying that I completed the race yet, but I'm back in the race, and it's a great feeling to be back in it.
This is Phil Orban. I'm from the ABC affiliate here. What exactly can you do with the coaching staff right now, and how much does the familiarity help with that you have with Joe?
Yeah, that's the tough part about right now. You can't talk ball with coaches or anything like that. So, luckily, I have some familiarity with what Joey is going to do. But at the same time, it's nothing like being there in person and learning from those guys. So, right now we're staying safe, staying out of harm's way. But, of course, we can't wait to get started.
Hey, Teddy, Will Kunkel again with Fox. So much of the talk around here now is all the guys that are gone. What are the Panthers doing right now? They're building for the future. Are they tanking right now? So as a guy that comes in as the quarterback that's going to drive this team, what goes through your mind when you hear people talk like that? You're like, no, not quite yet.
Man, I take pride in just proving wrong. They told me I wouldn't play football ever again. They told me it would take 18 months to come back from my injury, and I came back faster, and I'm playing the game again. They told me I wouldn't win last year, and we won 5 games. So for me, it's just approaching every day with that mindset to win. And, I don't wake up with the mindset losing or tanking or anything like that. And I take pride in winning. Winning feels good, and, that's our goal. Like I say, you don't wake up with the mindset that you want to lose.
Hey, Teddy, building off the previous question about talking with coaches, have you had a chance to talk with any players, or are you doing anything to try to get any relationship or thing going with your future teammates?
Yeah, I've been able to exchange text messages with different guys and, checking in, make sure everyone is safe and the family is doing well. Of course, we're all eager to get started, but, we're following the rules and following measures and staying safe, and that's most important right now.
Hey, Teddy.
Ashley Mahoney, the Charlotte Post. Again, welcome in a manner of speaking. And you touched on the importance of everyone staying safe right now. And Drew recently announced his commitment to the state of Louisiana. Is there a feeling amongst players right now where the focus isn't necessarily on the game as much to really step up and do things, whether it's for the city, the state, the community, and really extend to that safety aspect and letting people know that, hey, the world's in a state of pandemic, but no one's really alone, if you will, during this time?
Yeah, that's the beauty of having the platform that we have as athletes. We're able to voice and make an impact in society. And everyone is going crazy without sports, but there are bigger issues in the world right now. And to see a guy like Drew and a couple of these owners stepping up and doing what they're doing, it's great. It makes you feel great to be a part of that brotherhood.
Eddie David, ESPN again. When you heard Sean Payton had the virus, I don't know, had you had any contact with him previous to that, and have you been tested, or what precautions have you taken?
I haven't been in contact with Coach Payton. I was aware that he had the virus when I got on Instagram or Facebook, one of those, and I'm glad to see he's doing better. I'm staying out of harm's way. I've been, isolating myself and practicing this social distancing thing, playing a couple old video games and going over some old call sheets and game plans and just staying out of the way.
Hey, Teddy, I know you can't talk ball right now, but on April 6th or whenever things were supposed to start, do you know what you're able to do at this point? Do you know can you talk on the phone? Do you know what's going on with that yet?
I'm pretty sure the team will be able to put something in place, hopefully, to communicate or, figure it out. But right now, the importance is, making sure everyone's staying safe and making sure the families are staying safe.
Eddie, have you had any, like when you signed or when it was announced that you had agreed to terms, have you had any contact? Did you hear from Cam? And do you and Cam have any kind of, relationship prior to all of this?
I haven't heard from him. Yeah, we had a relationship, and we still have a relationship. Cam is a guy who impacted the game in a tremendous way. And I've been able to follow his career since I was in high school. He was at Auburn. Well, when he was at the University of Florida. So I followed Cam since I was a teenager. So, yeah, we have a relationship. We actually just talked during Super Bowl. We were supposed to meet at Prime 112, but he had to make it to the red carpet. I was a little bit behind, so he had to go make a red carpet appearance. But Cam's a great guy. He's been a huge help, for a lot of guys in this league, and especially a lot of young guys when they come in this league. And he's one of the better men in this league. When you really get to know him.
Let's get a few more guys.
You mentioned old video games. What in particular are you playing?
So I pulled out the Nintendo 64. I'm playing Mario Kart. I got the old PlayStation 2, playing all the old Maddens. I got every Madden from 2001 to 2011. So I'm just bored in the house, but I'm trying not to be too bored.
So did you have to switch teams now, and now you play with the Panthers in the old Maddens?
Well, the old Maddens, I'm not on the video game, so I can play with all the old vets and all the OGs in the league.
Hey, Teddy, this is kind of a weird question, but is this all is playing Madden and playing as the Panthers, is there any way that could help you at all get up kind of to speed on different personnel and different guys who are on the team, if you can adjust them or kind of work through some of the things that about the team in terms of scheme and play calls, things like that?
Well, yeah, actually, you get a feel, for the roster, some of the guys on the roster. So that's a huge help. But you also have the internet for that. But, just being able to, play in video games with these guys, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, those guys, and realize how awesome they are on the video game. It excites you. Like, man, I can't wait to get on these guys in person. So, it's great right now. I wish, I can't wait till we can get going in person, but until then, I'll just shoot video games.
Hey, Teddy, a lot of people talk about the different quarterbacks now in this division, especially with Tom Brady now joining it. Is that something you kind of have to tune out and not pay attention to when, they're listing all these great Hall of Famers and, of course, now you and, those conversations, do you tune that all out?
You don't. For me, I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm an elite company. So for me, I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't proven himself in this league, really. So I feel like there's an opportunity for me to, be in a division with, two guys who won MVPs, then two guys who won Super Bowls. So, it's a great feeling to be amongst, those guys. But, I just have to work hard and try to get up to those guys' level. But at the end of the day, I have to be Teddy, be the best version of Teddy, and the rest will take care of itself.
Let's start wrapping up, guys. Teddy's got a few things he's got to take care of, so we got time for maybe one or two more.
Eddie, sorry if this has been asked. This is Nick from NBC again. Your relationship with Joe Brady, what was that like in New Orleans, and what do you think you guys can accomplish together with the Panthers? Yeah, my relationship with Joey was, we clicked right away. He's a South Florida guy. I got traded to New Orleans at the end of preseason. And he was the guy who taught me everything that I learned from the jump, along with, Joe Lombardi, quarterback coach, and
New Orleans. But Joey was the guy who spent that one-on-one time with me after practice, throwing routes to the younger receivers, on the pre-games, going over the call sheets. We had that relationship intact. And when we went to LSU, I was shooting text messages when I was watching some of the games and realized that he was still running some of the same concepts that we were running. So that relationship never ended, and I'm glad that we get to reunite in Carolina.
Teddy, David Newton with ESPN again. If Cam Newton is Superman, what is Teddy Bridgewater?
Can you repeat that?
I said, if Cam Newton is Superman, what is Teddy Bridgewater?
Teddy Bridgewater is just the OG. Always cool, always calm.
Very good.
We got time for maybe one more, or is everybody good?
I have one.
All right, let's go.
Kelly.
Last one to Kelly. Thank you.
Hey, Teddy, Kelly Bardick, WCCB here in Charlotte. Welcome to the Carolinas. Just one quick question. How exciting is this for you, knowing that you're going into a team and you're going to be the guy, and you finally get to, take that all for what it's worth and show everybody your talents?
It's very exciting to be able to just put your hard work back on display. I'm excited. I'm eager to get started. I'm honored to be a part of a great organization, and I'm just thankful that those guys believe in me, and we want to make this thing go.
Thank you.
All right, Joe tells me he has one, so let's go Joe Person, absolute last one. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Teddy, are you able to throw it all? Have you been? And I mean, I guess there is some social distancing built in with receivers. What would that look like, or will it look like?
Well, I've been able to spend time with Drew Brees and learn some of the things that he's doing in the off season, and I applied some of the things that I feel will be beneficial to my career, to my off-season training and my routine. So, I've been doing some shoulder prepping and, different things, and pretty much simulating fun. But some of the stuff that Drew does at Tom House, I've been applying to my routine.